In our first ever episode, we talked about how we started. Today, we're going to talk about the behind the scenes of Yellowtail Tech, how we make bold decisions, how we scale teams effectively, and how we grow this business, all while staying true to our mission. To do this, I'm going to be interviewing Jubee.
All right, yeah. So what would you like to know?
Yes, I'd like to know, how do you define the vision for a growing tech company and keep your team aligned with it?
Well, defining the vision, the first way to keep your team aligned with the vision is to build the vision with them. We now use an operating system, entrepreneurial operating system called EOS, where that's the first exercise you do. You, in order to get your team's buy-in, you have to actually build the vision, define the mission with them. So that's what I've been doing, and it has been working wonderfully. When people are part of building that vision,
and it's not just the vision, like, oh, we are this, and these are our values. It's also like, what do we measure? What will we accomplish in the short term?
And what does success mean not only to me? Because what success means to me that might be very different for someone else, might be very different for the marketing team, and so on. So understanding and making sure it's clear that to define success for each department, each person running that department. So that's the first. That's the best way to define the vision and to actually be able to go after the mission.
Has your vision of success changed after doing this exercise with the team?
It has not changed. It has solidified. One thing that has solidified is that our mission is not only to change lives, it's also to grow the company at a sustainable pace. Because I've seen a lot of competitor in the same space as me. They literally flamed out of existence.
Yeah, a race to the bottom.
Because they try to scale, very fast. And to me, keeping the quality, serving the students, making sure they are successful is very important. And as long as this is happening, and as long as we are profitable while making this happen, to me, we are successful. It's not about, immeasurable scale. It's about the actual impact we deliver in the marketplace.
So in short, what is the biggest challenge you find to scale the team, and how do you overcome it?
The biggest challenge I see personally is finding people who buy into the mission. But once you have that, the second challenge is to make sure you have measurable, very objective measures to actually make sure they are following. That way you are not micromanaging. Because this is one thing I think we've done very well, is to have measurables, to have goals very clearly defined. That way I don't have to micromanage.
They know their own KPIs, and
exactly.
They can kind of run their own teams.
It's like they know their own play and they could run it. We meet regularly to actually check in with each other, check in on those goals, but everybody knows their place on the field and can run their play.
So I know as a CEO, you have to make some hard decisions.
Yes.
How do you make those tough decisions, and especially when there's high risk involved?
Well, I have to tell you, the more you make them, the easier it gets. But it's never. It doesn't change the fact that they are hard decisions, like firing people that are not necessarily a right fit for our mission, for what we're trying to grow. It's always very painful, especially after working with people for a few years. To me, till today, it's the hardest decision is to let go of someone. You see, it gets easier, meaning I know I have a way to do it well, to do it with dignity, but it's still very difficult. So yeah.
So, as the company grows, what are you doing to maintain a strong culture and shared values? How do you help Yellowtail stay true to our original mission?
The first thing is to keep reminding myself of that mission, because our mission is helping people with no tech background transition into tech. It's very easy to depart from that mission, because helping people transition into tech, it's a very difficult job. Helping someone with absolutely no tech background, it's rewarding, but it's very difficult. So reminding myself why I'm in this, how many lives I've changed already, reflecting on, the impact we've already made, seeing those announcements when people get jobs. These are the things that actually keeps me grounded, keep me going at the mission.
Awesome. So I know that one of the biggest headaches we have is keeping up with a very rapidly changing tech environment or landscape. What are you doing to ensure that the company stays innovative?
First is to have your ear to the marketplace, and the way you do that is to always be talking to people, talking to your student, talking to people who just got a job, going to convention, looking at the job boards, understanding what are the requirements. So it's actually the biggest part of my job is to understand what's new, understand what's noise versus what is signal, move fast on them, see if they fit in to our program, because not all things that are new, not all things that are great fit well in our program. So that's another exercise as well, because I get that a lot. Hey, this tool is out. You should include this. You should include that. But my job is to make sure not only we are innovating, but we are still building a very congruent product to actually make an impact on the marketplace. So it's a balancing act.
I'm sure you've had to handle a lot of setbacks. Can you share a time when things didn't go as planned and how you handled it?
Well, one setback we can talk about, I see Yana smiling, is trying to build a paying community in parallel to what we offer at Yellowtail Tech. This didn't go well. We wanted to have, we saw other companies have that, where there is a community where people can share knowledge and actually interact before being student. And this model didn't work for us. Creating a community to us happened when the student enrolled and after. And this is the model that worked for us. When we try to flip it to start the community before they become a student, it actually didn't work. It was actually a big blunder, a lot of time and money and energy wasted. But it also does one thing. It clarifies what works for us, and that way we can know where to put more effort and where to double down.
So, in your opinion, or in your experience, how do you balance those customer needs with our business goals?
Well, I think if you deliver something that the customer needs, if you put the customer's needs first, it will end up being valuable for the bottom line. Because at the end of the day, if the customer is happy, they give you better reviews, they move through the process faster, If it's a relevant product, they refer people. So just focusing on a great product, everything else will fall in place. So that's what I see works for me. Instead of focusing on the money side, you focus on the customer experience, the student experience in our case, and it kind of the rest takes care of itself naturally.
Yeah, I know your philosophy has always been like give more than they even expect.
Not only give more, but try to anticipate what they need and deliver that, deliver tenfolds, and the rest will fall in place.
The
And
money will follow.
And it actually has worked. We are about to celebrate 10 years in business. So, yeah, man. Hopefully we are in business for 10 more after that. And so it works.
Awesome. Let's talk about mentorship and leadership. What role do you think mentorship plays in developing leaders within the company?
I think it's important. I think it's important, and it's the only way to actually create a distributed team. If you don't focus on mentoring people, you actually will be part of every single decision. If you create a framework of how you encourage decisions to be made, if you mentor people in that, they will get to a point where they are empowered and they can make those decisions. And it's a way for me to buy back time and create leaders and create an environment where not everything is coming through me. Not every decision is going through me.
Talking about you and buying back time, how do you manage your work-life balance while running a growing company?
Well, I don't know if I'm doing it very well. I don't think I'm, there's always room to grow in this situation. But I think it's about your team. It's about the trust, the training you give your team, the empowerment,
The opportunities
opportunities you give your team. These are all things that I use to be able to buy back some time and also empower the team to be able to actually not only grow this business but not burn out in the process.
Awesome. Last question. Do you have any advice for aspiring tech leaders?
Yes, I do. I think the best advice I could, if I could even go back and give it to myself, is build a team around you as soon as possible. Because if you want to go far, you're gonna need a team. You're gonna need a team that buys into the mission, and it's gonna take less of a toll on you while you are able to easily grow that business.
Well, thank you for sitting down with me in this interview. As you guys saw, leadership isn't just about strategy, it's about vision, culture, and even inspiring and empowering our teams. If you like this CEO Corner, please hit like, subscribe, and even leave us a comment below telling us what leadership lesson resonated with you. Thank you.